Surprise, motherfucker.
So you ever wake up one day and be like, what the fuck am I doing here? So I'm at Clark's Reservation. I haven't been here in a while. Doing the cliff trail. Like, because there's death that way, but there's a fence, so it's kind of like not real danger. Unless I fall and bounce off these fucking rocks, which could happen. Ooh. Figured I'd come and get some miles in today. Training. So I've decided, after careful consideration, that I need to get the fuck out of here. You see, I don't know, I get this nomadic itch. It's probably why I'm a truck driver.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hold on, I got fucking cliffs and shit. And climbing. Yeah, didn't die. But I periodically get the itch for adventure and travel. I'm being approached from the rear. And getting kind of out of my comfort zone for a while. So, after careful consideration, which is ironic, I do believe there's been more than one trip I've come to Clark's Reservation to discuss and shit. Forgot how much fun this trail is. I've decided to hit the road again. You know, as many of you recall, or at least those of you who followed me on Odysee, the general plan when I came off the road, it was back in February, was to go to Corpus Christi, Texas during the springtime for some much needed road trip action. Unfortunately, events that happened, Nadine's suicide, my mother's back surgery, which has been postponed till September due to a slight case of diabetes, I ended up sticking around. So many people here. So of course I delayed hitting the road, and now here we are halfway through the summer, and I'm getting that itch again to get out in the Prius for 30 days. That's the goal. A lot of things can happen. Could run out of money prematurely or something and then have to head back. But I don't know, I'm excited. You know, for the first time since I came off the road, really, have I been this excited. Also, there may be a potential collaboration in the near future that I'm also pretty excited about if it comes through. You know, it's not guaranteed, but I'll tell you more about that when it becomes a reality. But leaving that aside, no matter what, I'm going out for 30 days and I'm gonna stay out as long as I can and see as much as I can during that 30 days. Yeah. So no safety net here. Definitely better about my fear of heights. Not even getting adrenaline, which is a good thing. Gotta pay attention though when I'm walking here. Can't just be vlogging. Vlog my ass right off a cliff. I assume this is the trail, but I could be wrong. I see the marker there, so I'm guessing I have to go this way. Oop, I see a picture. So yeah, I'm gonna hit the road and do some adventuring. I'm gonna take my sweet ass time, get acquainted to living in the Prius again. And this will be the longest Prius trip. I mean, it's not my longest trip over the road as a truck driver. You know, I got 15 years out there living in the box. This is a lot better than living in the box. It's more cramped, but a lot more freedom. I can go wherever I want. I can stay wherever I want. And because I'm so stealthy, you know, well, I can't go wherever I want. You know, if it's a four-wheel drive location and very remote, I probably would be better off not doing that. But if it's, you know, parks and that kind of shit, I should be okay. You know, as long as, because the Prius is pretty low to the ground, so it's hard to get to some of the more remote places where there's less people. I run into that even here in New York in the Adirondacks. There's this one place I love to go, but it has a 3-mile dirt road with ruts and roots and all kinds of shit that damn near tore my Prius to shreds last time I did it. And I read on the internet that it's impassable, or it was impassable over the springtime. Not very graceful today, wearing too much shit because I wanted to get pictures. I see another picture. It's the first time I've used the wide angle on my Osmo 2 since I bought it. Ah, I see the trail markers. That's good. I guess I still look a little scary because there was a couple approaching me from behind, and I stopped to switch cameras and they turned around and went the other way. Oh, what do we have here? I love it when people build primitive shelters and shit in the woods. Okay, a trail's over there. Maybe. Let's see what we got here. Today on Cribs. Wonder who takes the time to build these, or if it's something that the Parks and Recs, because this is a state park, Clark's Reservation State Park, in case you were, I think I mentioned it earlier. Look at that, built on that tree. That one tree is holding all of this together. It's not very safe. It's pretty cool. And there's the trail. So, you know, I've spent a lot of time in depression and kind of a loss of direction for the past couple months. You know, there's been so much bad has happened, not just to me, but to people around me. There's so much death going on around me. It has nothing to do with COVID, by the way. It's suicides, car accidents, drugs, crime, violence, you name it. And I know somebody who knows somebody. Not to mention losing Nadine. which, granted, we weren't super close. You know, I hadn't spoken to her in a year, not intentionally. It's just I was out on the road, she was doing her own thing, and I thought she was happy, and we were on good terms, we were friends, and, you know, but I don't want to go over all that again because I already talked about it once, and I think once is enough. So, but I've been surrounded by tons of negative events for quite the while now, and I feel like it's sapped the energy, the drive, the direction out of me. So part of what I want to do is get some of that back, and that's what this trip's really about, to get my juices flowing again, because I feel like I've become stagnant. This is fucking gorgeous here. I need some pictures of that and that. Alright, I'll be back. I'll share some of these fucking pictures with you as I go. I did find my passion of photography again and art. You can see me on Instagram now. I've decided to return to the Zuck's empire. It's been a weird experience. I'll talk about that in another video, but I am active as ScottTheTruckDriver on Instagram once again, and sharing art, and it's gonna fucking rain. Sorry, I get distracted. Alright, that's enough of this wide angle shit. I look ridiculous. So I feel like that's another struggle of Nomads. Like, I watch a lot of Nomads, and of course I've dipped in and out of the life myself quite a bit, and I'm not thinking that this is going to solve that that search for direction and purpose, because I'm just so scattered all the time. Like, I focus on one thing really hard, then I burn out and move on to something else, but it's cyclical. I tend to focus on the same things, kind of taking turns, which will make me eventually a jack of all trades but master of none. And I need to work on that a little bit and find out what I'm best at and focus a little more energy into that. You know, right now I do music, I do art, I do photography, I do video, I do vlogging, I do fucking hiking, backpacking, and fucking, you know, it's overwhelming, but I can't stay focused on one thing for too long, or I lose interest. Well, I wouldn't say I lose interest, I lose energy. It's weird. It's like I lose the ability to have willpower to get things done. And when I finally made the decision, as of August 2nd, to hit the road for 30 days, I got that new spark again. That spark that says, oh, I'll get up and go. And I've already started, like, packing all my shit, getting the Prius ready, gonna get it pre-tripped, cleaned up, you know, get it ready for a couple thousand miles of, possibly more, maybe 3,000 miles of journey. I mean, you can do a lot in a month, but I don't want to drive all the time either. I'm gonna stop and smell the roses periodically, you know, and enjoy some of these places, so that, you know, like some of the parks and some of the beauty that nature has to offer. And also I kind of want to see for myself, because, you know, right now, if you look at current events, which I try not to. Still trying not to. Occasionally I let a news story in. With the inflation, all that shit. I want to see if it's really like that for myself, because I just don't trust people anymore. I don't trust these commentators. I don't trust the news organizations to tell me. I gotta go out and see for myself how good or bad things are. Now, I'm not gonna go to a lot of cities and a lot of trouble spots, because quite frankly, cities don't have much to offer nowadays. I mean, the shopping scene is dead, the restaurant scene's atrocious, the bar scene's a nightmare, and with all the lingering plague problems and economic fallout, cities are just kind of shit shows right now. And just need to, I live in a city, so it's kind of, I've seen firsthand how bad things are here, and things are bad crime-wise. So it's another reason I'm gonna stick to more rural, touristy, national park areas instead of risking lots of urban stealthing. Not to say I won't do a day trip to a city and see what they got here and there. I still do like cultural things. It's just so many cultural things have taken a shit in the past year and a half that, even if you do get to experience them, you're still experiencing the reality of modern culture, which leaves a lot to be desired. I don't picture people 50 years from now affectionately going to places and having nostalgia on our current culture. I don't see it. This is going to be a time in history that people look back on in disgust, I believe, because we're not really doing anything super positive as a society. But getting off on a tangent. That being said, I want to get out there and see for myself, because it's been my experience that no matter how bad I think things are getting, when I actually go and take a look with my own eyes, it's not as bad as I think it is. And I think I need that perspective. So I think this trip will give me the opportunity to get out there, meet some new people, see some new things, see how society's getting along in a lot of places. And granted, I'll be biased because I'll be picking places I think are good, but we'll see. And if this possible future collaboration takes place, then I won't be the one picking destinations, I don't think. So that'll be a whole adventure of itself. I don't know where I'm going to end up on this trip. That's kind of the weird part. Usually I plan, like I have a destination, a goal, place I have to reach. This time I'm just kind of meandering for the most part. And if the collaboration falls through, then the meandering will be... I have some ideas of places I want to go if it falls through. So, what in the fuck? Alright. The property ends here. Respect. Of course, people are showing their respect of landowners by drawing graffiti on the fucking sign that asks you to show respect. It's a great world. It says I'm supposed to make some kind of fucking U-turn here, according to this map. Yeah, there's no fucking way this is where I'm supposed to go. The map is wrong. How do I get down there? Maybe it's through here on this private property shit. Let's take a look. Yeah, respect the power poles. It's fucking beautiful though. So this might be said trail, but there's a whole lot of poison sumac and not a lot of fun. suppose that's a trail there. There's just no way I'm going down that. And I wanted to go along the pond. Let's see. I mean, there's like poison sumac right in the fucking way. And yeah, that's not happening. And I can hear the buzzing of the electricity overhead. Fun. I found it. Turns out I walked right past it. So this is the U-turn that I missed. Which is good, because I wanted to get down to the lake and see what the bottom of the cliff looks like, comparatively speaking. Long way down. So I also am bringing my backpack in case I want to go backpacking. And I've also minimized, like this is a minimalist trip. I'm bringing the essentials plus, everything I need to film with. This is going to be a 1 month YouTube journey that I'm going to share in full but compressed 4K quality, because I'll be uploading shit from the road. And I know how that goes from before, but I know I can pull off 4K. It's just I have to use a different codec, which is nerd shit that you probably give no fucks about whatsoever. But that being said, I should be able to take y'all along on this journey as much as I can anyway. I'll probably spare you the boring shit, the day-to-day horse shit. But I want to see how many adventures I can cram into this 30 days, if possible. So, lots of ambitious fucking plans, and I hope they come to pass. It's really awesome down here. Check that out. Teepee in progress. Looks like that's only halfway constructed. Very beautiful pine area. It's nice to know that this is down here, because I've never been down here, and this is a very woodsy nature trail here. Seems to be less people down here than up there too. So we got Swamp Trail, which is that way, and then we got Lake Trail, which is that way. And the mosquitoes are telling me to go this way as they feast on my blood and all kinds of other shit. Made it to the swamp, lake, and the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes here are like no joke. My arms are covered in bites. So I'll be spending the next few days of having my autoimmune system go berserk. Hopefully no ticks, because I know they're here. I feel like I hear a waterfall on the other side of the lake. Should have took the long way around in the swamp. I don't think it would have made much difference in how many mosquitoes are eating my ass. Oh, that one was fucking nasty. Got me right on my fucking knuckle. These little fuckers are bastards. Oh well, it's not my first time getting eaten alive. I'm getting a lot more resilient with that too. It's a good thing I covered my legs though. I'd probably be more miserable if they were eating that too. Or my other areas. That's why I might never be on Naked and Afraid. But I could do alone for 4 days. Yeah, I don't think I want to enter. So what I call my time in New York all bad. You know, I've done a lot and accomplished a lot, but the only real like times I felt alive were when I went backpacking. You know, that was a good trip that I took with Kari, and it was also a good trip, though I was still grieving pretty heavily when I went to Pine Pond. So I'm hoping to create some new memories, to maybe push some of the less pleasant things to the back of my head. I know they're not going to go away. It's not how it works. But I feel like I need more quality time, even if it's not full-time freedom. And freedom can be a curse for some people. And I struggle with it too, and that you lose direction, ambition, energy, and I don't know, it's a struggle. And if you don't have some kind of goal, project, or itchy green shit to look forward to, I think you can become stagnant and nihilistic. And I think I've been struggling with that. And if you add into that taking in all of the current events that are going on, all the fear and the loathing and the hate and anger and division that's going on in the world, and you combine that, you end up with a really poor view on life, and in some serious depressions, which I've gone through quite a bit. I've had some cheat days on keto, but I am keto. And when I go on this trip, I plan on doing some longer fasts, some fat fasting, definitely fat fasting. Maybe alternate day fat fasting, to where one day I'll eat normal when I'm hungry. By normal, I mean keto, if possible. You know, money-wise, that may put a crimp in that. But otherwise, I'm going to be fasting and doing the appropriate level of fasting. I hope at the very minimum to do alternate day fat fasting, which would of course cut my food bill in half while I'm on the road, because it is expensive, especially if you eat out, which I am bringing my refrigerator and my cooking shit so that I can. But I do know from experience that sometimes after a long day, cooking out of a car is a long, ambitious, painful process that you sometimes just don't fucking feel like doing. So fasting will help in many ways, I think. And, you know, I still got 15-ish pounds to lose. I'm still kept a lot of the weight loss from the wilderness fast, so I'm hoping to do at least one of those while I'm out. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Boat. I wonder what would happen if I took the boat out. That water's not looking very nice. Somebody was fishing in it a little while back. Danger quicksand. That's a new one. I better be careful. Like, that's a new one. I don't think I've ever seen that. So I gotta go up these stairs. Holy fucking stairs. I would have missed them too. Hello. So over there is the cement factory, which we did an urbex on, I think it was 2 years ago. Didn't know it was so close. Literally, I was at the top of that tower you see on the right hand side, I think it is. Yeah. Of course, that was back in the GoPro failing days. Should go back there, do some photo shoots and some texture shit. Didn't die. There's less mosquitoes up here too. Well, that's it for this fucking video. If you like my shit and you want me to make more shit, please head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com. Leave a tip in the virtual tip jar. That'll also ensure that I can stay out for the 30 days, hopefully. So, it helps. I don't know how bad inflation is out there. I don't know how bad the gas prices are everywhere. I know how bad they are here, but that doesn't mean shit. So, you know, I'm swinging it. So if you like my content, you want to see more travel vloggy type shit too, now's the time. But if you want something for your contribution, you can now purchase my music album for sale, ScottTheTruckDriver.com. It's also on iTunes and Spotify, and it's supposed to be on Amazon, but I haven't looked to see if it's there. A few other places, I don't know. It goes all over the place. So, if you like my quirky ass fucking instrumental music and occasional forays into singing shit, check it out. You can check it out for free too. You can listen to it right on my website. So there's that. I get like ad revenue or something, but need a lot of you to do that for that to even fucking count. Also, sign up for my free email list, and I'll stay in touch with y'all and let you know what's going on while I'm out there, where I'm gonna be, ish. Maybe some meetups. I don't know. We'll see. But depends largely on what the potential collaboration. Like if I end up doing the collaboration, I could still potentially do meetups, but I don't know where I'm going, where I'm going to be, any of that. This is the most directionless trip. It's like I'm just going to start driving and kind of hip hop my way to wherever I'm going. Like I have a general direction to start off with. And if the collaboration happens, then that gives me a place that I have to be. But if it doesn't happen, I'll be bouncing around for a little while, and then I'll go to my alternates. So that's the plan. But I hope that I'm excited for this trip. Like I feel energized just thinking about it and preparing for it. So my whole summer isn't going to be all doom and gloom like it has been. And it's good. It's good to get out there, and I recommend it. You know, even if you're there's nothing wrong with being a part-time nomad. There's no rule book. I see a lot of nomads struggling with the lifestyle. Take breaks. Shit, it's no law that says you can't settle down every now and then. And I know some people don't have that opportunity, and you know, but I will say it's nice to have as a part-time nomad a couple of parachutes. If you're just going out and you're living in your vehicle all the time and without a fail-safe or a backup plan, it's not because something will go wrong. You're in a fucking vehicle. Vehicles break, accidents happen, you're more vulnerable to crime. You know, these are all things to think about, so you should have a place to go if it doesn't work out. And thankfully, I'm thankful that I have that. And I'm not going to take that for granted. I still have the little room and the music studio now, and I'll probably have that for a while to, you know, hopefully for the foreseeable future as a backup plan. And then there's another parachute after that. Like I can hop in a truck and get back in the truck and do that and pile up money again, and then do this again. You know, I'm thinking about it. Thinking this winter, when I tend to be a lot more stagnant. Thinking of hopping in the truck and making some money. I don't know what kind of truck. Maybe a plow, maybe a fucking over-the-road deal so I can get down south into the west. Or I don't know, maybe my content creation endeavors will keep me from having to do that, because I don't want to do that, to be honest with you. I'm not excited about ever being in the truck again. I think I've done my time there. And you know how I feel about time, and I believe that trucking eats up a disproportionate amount of time for the money you get. So, but what the fuck do I know? You know, not an expert, just an asshole. Like and subscribe here on YouTube for uncensored talks, which I'll still do from time to time, just taking a break. For those of you who are hitting that unsub button because I don't want to talk shit about politics and current events, just fucking hold your horses. I can't keep my mouth shut forever. There's just no way. I've tried. But those talks won't be here on YouTube, just because I don't trust YouTube to have all my eggs in that basket. And it's growing. I think I got 1,708 followers on Odysee, so it's slowly, hell, it might even surpass my YouTube channel at some point in terms of subscribers. But between the two, you know, I realize there's some overlap, that some of you are following me there and on YouTube. So I don't know how many actual subscribers I have between the two platforms, but it's nice to have some diversification in case one fails. And who knows which one will fail first. One of them's gonna. Have a nice motherfucking day. And shit. It's gonna be a good trip. I've got good vibes for this. That may change though. I do need to get the fuck out of New York. It's been too... There's a fucking fly on my shit. It's the best water I ever had. Now I gotta go edit this shit. Have a nice motherfucking day. Again, if I didn't already say it.